Okay, so the Justice League that you have never seen is in this box here, and we're going to get it open. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a new post-opening video for this release of the Justice League. I say this release of the Justice League, it is a bootleg, and we're going to get into it because it hasn't been released officially. Yes, but this is guaranteed the Justice League that you haven't seen. You may have seen it, you may not. Let's find out. Okay, so obviously I'm guessing you have no doubt probably seen the Justice League, the 2017 Justice League film that was butchered by Joss Whedon. Yep. And then obviously a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, however long it was, we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, the proper version of the film. So both of them you are either very much aware of, or you have seen them, or you've got them in your collection. But did you know there was also a Justice League movie in 1997? It was a TV movie. In fact, it was actually a TV pilot, and I'm hoping that is what is in this box here. So let's get it open and let us take a look. Like I said, this is a bootleg because it hasn't had a release. And yeah, so here we have it. There'll be a bubble wrap around. There'll be a bubble wrap around it. And yes, it is indeed. Now, as part of my superhero collection of catastrophes, I am getting a lot of this stuff that has never had a release, stuff that completely faltered and failed upon release, because as a big comic book fan, I even like these abysmal failures as sort of historical kind of a significance to them. And here we have, yes, the Justice League of America Special Edition DC Comics Television Collection. Okay, so the story behind this one is a failed TV pilot. Now, this aired on CBC in America, I believe it was December the 28th of 1997. The film has no real recognisable cast to it whatsoever, other than Miguel Ferrer, who you will know from the RoboCop movie. In this film, he plays the Weatherman. He is the villain. But this film follows a character named Tori who works for the Meteorological Society, and it follows her story into the Justice League. She gets imbued with powers and she becomes a character of ice. Now, in this film, there is no Superman, there is no Batman, there is no Wonder Woman. The Justice League in this film are formed of fire and ice. You have the Martian Manhunter, you do have the Guy Gardner version of Green Lantern, and you have the Flash as well. So did I say Martian Manhunter? I don't know if I did or not, but he's there. So you do have some key members of the Justice League Society, or the Justice League of America, in this film. Justice League Society is a different thing. But you don't have the key three members. You don't have the Holy Trinity. Now, the director of this film, whose name eludes me at this time, but he's very big in TV and he's still working in TV today. His name pops up in episodes of TV series. He's not a big director, but you know, he's directed prominently in TV, things from Stargate SGU to Lois and Clark, directed all the way up to today. I think his last directing credit was probably 2022, maybe, but there we go. So he's been directing for some time. But this film was a complete failure upon release. It was spoke about being much like superhero version of Friends, that sort of a thing. It was criticised for its costumes. And yes, it is pretty damn. It is bad. It's bad. It's not good. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say to you it's even worth a watch. It is if you are interested in this sort of a stuff. If you're interested in what could have been the failed projects and all that stuff, I have an intrigue in because of the comic book side of you know, what I like. So for me, yeah, most definitely one for the collection. The Justice League of America. Now, obviously, that's the proper name for the comic, or at least it was. But they realised, let's drop the name America, because when you throw in of America, you kind of you affect how accessible it is in other countries. Do you know what I'm saying? If you throw in the word America there. So let's drop America and let's just go with the Justice League. Justice League sounds far better than the Justice League of America. But yeah, so, you know, it's not good. It's not good. I've not seen this probably since airing, so we're going nearly 25 years since I last saw this. So it will indeed be an interesting rewatch, if nothing else, and most definitely one for the collection of those failed projects. Up there with my Aquaman pilot that I've got, and the failed Wonder Woman pilot that didn't even get aired, that I've got on sort of bootleg. Let's take a quick look. So yeah, so that, like I said, you have the failed Wonder Woman pilot. Never even got finished and put on TV. It did have a full sort of a work print version of the first episode, unfinished special effects, wire work still visible, that sort of thing. Then you had an Aquaman TV pilot, which surprisingly wasn't bad at all. And then obviously we have the Justice League. So this is from 1997. Aquaman, I believe, is from 2006. And I want to say Wonder Woman is from about 2011. So sort of a nice addition to that sort of those failed superhero projects. And they do sort of nicely align as well in, you know, in their style of box art and all that. So, you know, I can't complain about that. Just sort of nice, I don't know what the word is. Because they're certainly not worth having because they're any good. But there you go, that's just me. I like these failed, doomed, abysmal projects as a sort of keepsake. They're just of interest. Historical interest, shall we say, of TV, a time of TV, that things that never happened. Anyway, so Jay, comments down below. Let me know if you've actually seen this Justice League film, if you remember it, if you saw it back in the day. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it didn't get an airing in the UK. I might be wrong completely. I'm pretty sure I would have seen it on a pirate back then. That's how I would have got around to seeing it. But yeah, you know, and they say that this one's bad, the Justice League. Believe me, I think I'd watch that any day over this one. But thank God for Zack Snyder giving us the 4-hour version that wouldn't have been if he had finished off his first one. But that's another story. Anyway, I'm off. Comments down below. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Come and join the channel so I can bring you more content like this. Thumbs up goes a long way as well. And I'll see you soon.